Hello everyone, David Coatney here. If you're just joining us, we've reached the halfway point in a 5-part series ranking all 50 states by their natural beauty. If you missed states 50 through 31, I encourage you to go back and watch the first 2 videos. Or not, maybe you're just interested in the top half. With that said, there's a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. Number 30, Missouri, or Missouri. Now, normally you can ask the locals how something is pronounced, but in this state, even they cannot come to a clear consensus. Now, if you're judging Missouri on the northern half of the state, it would probably be in the bottom 10, maybe even the bottom 5. Fortunately, this state is redeemed by its southern portion, which is where the Ozark Mountains reside. In addition to its rolling green hills, the abundance of large lakes and rivers also makes this state a great spot for those interested in fishing. Number 29, Maryland. Maryland may not be the best in any one area, but they have a little bit of everything. To the west, you have mountains. To the east, you have 600 miles of coastline along the Atlantic Ocean and Chesapeake Bay. Whether you're wanting to spend a day out on Deep Creek Lake, hike Sugarloaf Mountain for a view of the landscape, or take in one of their many waterfalls, there's something here for everyone. They even have an island where wild horses roam sandy beaches. Number 28, Massachusetts. Now, if this was a list of states ranked by historical places, Massachusetts would definitely be in the top 5. There is a lot of history here. There's also a fair amount of scenery. Of course, the Cape Cod area is world-renowned, and Martha's Vineyard needs no introduction. Perhaps a little less known along the coastline is Aquanaut Cliffs. Aside from its coastal area, though, Massachusetts has some nice hilly areas around Bartholomew's Cobble and unique hiking opportunities like Purgatory Chasm. Number 27, Minnesota. Now, the biggest thing Minnesota has working in its favor is its lakes. Obviously, it is called the land of 10,000 lakes after all. And no, that's not an exaggeration. Minnesota has a total of 11,842 lakes, and there is an overabundance of great opportunities for canoeing, fishing, and exploring islands in Voyageurs National Park. They also have a nice stretch of rugged shoreline along Lake Superior. Really, if you like spending time on the water, you'll probably love Minnesota. Number 26, Wisconsin. And as we move east to one of Minnesota's neighboring states, you might be surprised to learn that Wisconsin actually has more lakes than Minnesota, boasting over 15,000 lakes in the state. They also have one of the most impressive stretches along Lake Superior with Apostle Islands, a group of 22 islands off the Bayfield Peninsula in northern Wisconsin, known for unique rock formations, caves, and deep green waters. And during the colder months, they even have ice caves. All right, finally cracking the top half, and it's only going to get better from here. We now turn our attention west again to a state that doesn't get a lot of attention, but certainly has plenty to offer. New Mexico is known for its desert scenery and red rock cliffs, but it has more diversity than you might realize. To the south, you have Carlsbad Caverns National Park and White Sands National Monument, one of the more striking and unique spots in the American Southwest. To the north, you have the Rocky Mountains, not to mention Taos, which is a popular destination for skiers. Number 24, Kentucky. I have a friend named Ken who lives in Kentucky. He always capitalizes his name when he spells the state, so I decided I would honor him with the same. Kentucky is home to the largest cave in the United States, Mammoth Cave, a sprawling 400-mile-long cave unlike anything else in the country. Above ground, this state is known for rolling hills and mountains to the east. Red River Gorge is a particularly popular spot for hikers, and you can certainly see why. Number 23, South Dakota. So I had some trouble figuring out where to rank South Dakota. If you're just driving from one end to the other, so much of it looks like Kansas. The western part of the state, however, is absolutely gorgeous, and the Black Hills region might be one of the more underrated spots in the country. Pactola Lake is a great spot for camping or kayaking, and Badlands National Park has one of the most distinctive landscapes this country has to offer. Number 22, Florida. Now, you can make a legitimate argument for ranking Florida higher because of their excess of award-winning beaches and over 1,300 miles of coastline. On the other hand, you could make a very legitimate argument for ranking them lower because, after all, it is the flattest state in the country. It's humid, and if you like hiking in the forest, this probably isn't the place for you. I lived there for a year. It wasn't the place for me. At the end of the day, they ended up at 22. And number 21, Arkansas. We finished this video right where it began, the Ozarks. Arkansas is known as the natural state, and with the Ozark Mountains in the northern part of the state and Ouachita Mountains in the southern part of the state, Arkansas is probably more rugged than you might think. There are plenty of opportunities for hiking, fishing, or just floating down one of Arkansas's many rivers and lakes. And if you want to take in some truly remarkable vistas, I recommend hiking out to Whitaker Point. All right, that concludes numbers 21 through 30. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos and stay tuned as we're about to enter the top 20. Thanks for watching.